Welcome back, tech heads. So you probably have a screen protector that you're terrified to install. Why? Well, you probably don't want to ruin it with bubbles, dust, or misalign it. And look, I mean, I get it. And so I got my niece's gift for her 4th birthday. Also, I hope this makes me the best uncle ever because I can't even get a hug from her these days. But I need to fully set this up and apply this screen protector on it before tomorrow. So you usually only get one shot at this. So take your time, be careful, and we'll get this done. But first, a pro tip. Pick a room that's not very dusty. The more dust, the more of a pain this is going to be, trust me. A lot of times I actually do it in the kitchen because I find it a lot less dusty in there. Now, personally, I like taking the cases off of my devices when I'm applying these screen protectors because I find the case can sometimes get in the way, and personal preference, do what makes you happy. So pretty much all screen protectors come with a wet wipe and a dry wipe. Open the wet wipe and clean down the screen, getting any gunk, dirt, or anything that might be built up on it. Also, many times in the past, actually more often than not, I've gotten wet wipes that have been completely dried out when I've opened them. So feel free to wet it under some water or use some rubbing alcohol, which actually might help get the gunk off a little bit easier. Grab the dry wipe that comes with the screen protector, or even use a microfiber cloth to dry off and clean off any debris. Okay, so the biggest culprit that will ruin this installation completely is dust. So here's a few ways to prevent this. A lot of kits will also come with these stickers right here. We can use these to dab on the phone and pick up any dust that might be hiding on the screen. But what if you don't have any stickers? Well, an alternative is actually to use some Scotch tape, and that will work just as well. Also, hold on to that roll of tape for just a little bit longer because it could come in handy if we run into a certain issue that I'll explain when we get there. However, here's where things get a little bit more difficult. It's now time to figure out the alignment for your device. Some screen protector kits actually come with a frame template that you can just lay over your phone. But what if you're not that lucky? I like having the display lit, usually on a white screen, so I can better see where the display ends and where the bezel of the device starts. Okay, so now it's game time. It's time to place our screen protectors on our devices. However, we need to first peel the protective layer covering the adhesive first. Now, if you really want to, you can go ahead and actually peel the entire layer off right from the start, which is fine, but it will leave the backside, the adhesive, to be a lot more vulnerable to dust. But to avoid that, you're probably better off doing this instead. Peel half the layer back. Lay the protector on the device and roughly line it up to where you want it to be. Press down the sticky end with your finger and slowly peel the protective layer from underneath. Following along to also make sure it stays aligned and you push out any air along the way. What if we applied this, but then you notice there are some dust bubbles or just air bubbles underneath the screen? Luckily, I know how to fix this. However, you have to be really careful because you don't want to ruin the screen protector. If it's just a bubble underneath the screen, you can probably just push it with your finger to the edge of the display and the air will release. Some kits even come with a squeegee to help with this. But what if it's dust or dirt? Okay, so remember the Scotch tape I told you to hold on to? Rip off a piece of that and put it to the side. Be really careful here, like really careful. Using your nail, gently lift the protector near the location of the dirt or debris. Take the slip of tape, slide it underneath, press down to grab the dust particle, and yank it out after it's caught. Now you can lay the protector down and push out any air bubbles once again. Okay, so look, so if you've done all these steps and there's still a lot of dust and dirt underneath the screen, don't stress out about it. Grab a new one and try again. I'm sure you'll get it right the second time. Sometimes we just mess up, especially if it's not an easy thing to do. Believe me, because I know, like I literally just destroyed my friend's Apple Watch while trying to fix it in this video right here, and honestly, it changed my life.